All right. Well, hello, Mira. How's it been going?
It's been going okay. I practiced the grounding techniques that we worked on last week, which has been
Oh, well,
nice.
that's great. Would you like to tell me anything about that?
Yeah, I actually had a moment with my boyfriend, and I could kind of feel myself being a little bit triggered by something that he said. It kind of felt like it was like a critical comment. So instead of reacting, I kind of chose to take some space and practice that grounding exercise in my room by myself.
Hmm. Well, I'm glad that you were able to practice the exercise. I'm sorry that you were dealing with, something difficult. Um, you're a person of great strength and resilience to start working on those exercises so soon, too.
Oh, thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
And you don't have to answer if you don't feel comfortable, okay? But
Mhm.
what was the comment that your boyfriend made that caused you to need to use the grounding exercise?
Mm. Well, I don't know if it was a comment, it was kind of more of a scoff. I think I was explaining to him how hard this class I was taking was, and that I was struggling and not kind of feeling like I was smart enough to do it. And he sort of scoffed at me, kind of like I was being ridiculous about the whole thing. And it just kind of made me feel a little invalidated and that I'm not really worthy or I'm just dumb. And I don't want it to be like that.
I see. Well, I'm sorry that was your experience with him. It seems like you were trying to share something and be vulnerable with him, and he did not validate your feelings. Is that right?
Yeah, he
Mhm.
is normally better about these things, so it really just kind of got to me in my head a little bit, and I kind of spiraled, which is why I chose to use that grounding exercise.
I see, and that makes sense to feel that way too.
Right, thank you.
So, I would like to explore this a little further with you, if that's all right, with an exercise that we used here for cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Would that be all right with you to explore that a little bit further?
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Okay. Well, CBT, tells us that sometimes we can develop these ideas about ourselves that are sort of, unreasonable or not the best fitting for us and the experiences, that we want out of life.
Okay. Hmm.
So we can look at these, ideas or beliefs that we have developed about ourselves by looking at these through the thought process of what is known as the ABC model of CBT. Now, with this model, we try and look at A, the activating event that caused these beliefs, and then B, the beliefs or assumptions that were made, and then C, the consequences or negative assumptions that have developed, as a result of this. Um, Once we identify these things, we can then work to process and even reframe these thoughts to ones that serve us in a better way.
Oh, okay.
So, if you could explain, when do you think you first started feeling unworthy?
Mm. Well, that's easy. I think I've felt kind of unworthy since I was a teen. My dad used to say those like awful things that I mentioned earlier, so I think that's when it started.
Okay. So, when you were young and a teen, your dad would say awful things to you that made you feel unworthy.
Yeah, that's right. Um, I couldn't just understand why he would treat me the way that he did. You know, I was his kid, and parents are supposed to love their kids and make them feel valued.
Okay. And what do you think was the result or sort of consequence that you may see arising from that?
Well, I guess in other areas of my life and relationships, I immediately jump on the defense, and I don't think I take criticism really well. I immediately feel criticized, and it feels very personal, like I'm being told that I'm not good enough, and it makes me want to be kind of a hermit and keep to myself.
Okay. So, in turn, because of the way your dad treated you, um, you find that you can't accept criticism, even if meant to be constructive. And as a result, you choose to isolate or sort of hide away. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So, what is the reasoning or idea that you have about yourself that is the reason you don't feel unworthy or that you don't feel
Well,
worthy? I'm sorry.
right. Um, Sometimes I just think if my dad didn't love me for who I was, that meant that I was flawed in his eyes. So how can really anybody else?
Okay. So, it sounds like you don't feel like you are deserving of good things because your dad couldn't see the good things in you. And therefore, you don't think that you are worthy. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Well, from an outside point of view, if I may, um, I can see that you are a person who is doing their absolute best to manage a large load and accomplish a goal that you have set, despite the difficult things that you have endured and been through. So let's think about this a little bit more. What is going well in your life right now?
Well, I think I got like a particular praise from an individual at my job recently. My assignments have been a little late, but I'm getting passing grades, and honestly, my house is clean.
Okay. So, why do you think that, let's think about this a little bit. Why do you think all these things are going well and these good things are happening to you? The praise, the assignments, the passing grades, your house being neat and tidy.
Because, well, I guess I'm a hard worker, and I always try to do my best. I'm smart and driven. I don't just quit when things get hard, so I guess I do deserve good things too.
Yes, you are smart, capable, and a hard worker. You push yourself forward even when things are hard. You're working towards your goals. You've not given up, even though it can be hard at times. You deserve the good things that are coming to you.
Oh, well, I guess I am smart and capable, and I guess I am doing a good job at handling those things better than I give myself credit for. I think I could just work harder at seeing my own worth too.
Well, that's really great. I can see that you've made some real progress here today. Um, if you could, for me, what I would like you to do is to take a notebook that you
Mhm.
have and write those words down for you to see. The words that, I am smart, I am capable, and I deserve good things.
Okay.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah.
What kind of choice or decision do you think you can make with this idea of being smart and capable and a deserving person?
I think I am realizing that I can be a little bit hard on myself. Um, Although it may be hard at times, I think I can try to be kinder to myself.
Okay. So go ahead and write that down too. That was really good.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so we're about out of time here, but I would like to continue working on this with you more before we come back next week. I would like to challenge you a little bit here. When you do start to feel anxious or worried, or to go back and reread that note that we've just made here together. Do you think you could do that, or is that asking too much?
No, I can do that.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to talk about today, or any questions that you have?
No, I like this exercise. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm really proud of you for your hard work today. And if you need anything at all, please reach out, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.